You're listening to Freestyle on CBC Radio 1. How are the home renos going, by the way?
Have you noticed I've been scratching all day today?
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, doing some work with insulation on the weekend. You know, some days it's fun, some days it's frustrating, but it's always interesting and exciting to see progress, and that's the main thing, right?
Yeah, I'll bet. Well, maybe you can get some pointers from our next guest. I don't know about the scratching issue, but Blake Van Winkle and his brother are renovating an old house in Kingston, Ontario, and they're streaming the entire process live online.
And they're holding design contests, too. So, Blake, how did you come up with the idea to stream your renos live on the internet?
Oh, geez, it was kind of difficult. It wasn't something that I'd come up with in one day. I was thinking about just renovating a house, and I needed a way to kind of market it into what's coming into a buyer's market. And I had a couple of conversations with people saying, like, what should I do? How should I do this? And they said, I don't know, man. You've got to find out a new way to do this to make as much money as you can. And I thought, well, why don't I just do it live over the internet? And so I did. I thought, okay, well, I'll just stream everything that we do live over the internet and see how that goes. And then you start talking to people again, and they're like, well, why don't you hold contests for design? Why don't you let everybody kind of design the house for you? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And so it was kind of a collaboration of ideas of myself and my brother and other people that we had spoken with.
So is this a house that you're going to live in, or your brother, or are you selling it? What are your plans?
Well, originally we planned on renovating it and just selling it, but it's really grown on us. It's a 116-year-old house that we bought from the great-grandson of the original owner. So we know a lot about the history of the house, and we've completely gutted it, and it's kind of grown on us. Everything we've come across and seen the old construction and the way that these old houses really hold together very, very well. And like I said, it's really, really grown on us. So I think we're probably going to live in it for a while, the two of us. And then when Darren goes off to grad school, we'll probably sell it and help him pay for grad school.
Now, I imagine with the design contest, you're probably getting some, this is potentially exposure for budding young designers as well, too, or is it just ordinary Joes who are submitting ideas? Or
Yeah, it's kind of a mix of both. We're getting some professional designers. Atkinson's Home Hardware, for one, their designer won the first design contest. And then we're getting students as well. And the students that submit a design, they're entered into, there's a possibility they could win a $1,000 bursary for school. So if you're a student and you enter a design and the design wins and you get the most votes for any of all the projects of the entire project, you win a $1,000 bursary to be applied to school for next year. So,
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And is it a really big house?
It's about 1,600 square feet. It's 2 stories, but the biggest part about it is actually the yard. It's a double city lot. It's about 157 by 33 or 53 feet, and it's quite a decent sized yard. But the house is quite large itself and needs a lot of work. Like I said, we've completely gutted it, and we're just piecing it back together now.
Now, as well as the live streaming, you've got a couple other things taking place with this, including the contest that you mentioned, but tell us about some of the other ones.
Oh, yeah, there's lots of great stuff. Like we've got one of my favorites is my dog Stella has her own camera. She lies in her chair all day, and people just kind of check in and see what she's doing. There's an opportunity for people to log on and chat with us, and we have a chat forum that people can log on and ask us questions and give us some feedback about what they think of the project. All kinds. We've got a virtual tour, so you can take a walk through the house before we did the renovations. You can see like the old 60s style wood paneling that completely covered the house, and you can see what the kitchen looked like, and the room, the main room downstairs that we broke into 2 rooms, and there's just a lot of fun stuff that you can do on our site, as well as some funny videos and some how-to videos that we're putting together.
Now, are some of those elements, like the chat line and so forth, is that slowing you down at all?
Yeah, it does. It does from time to time. You have to take the time and talk to the people and mention to them, yeah, this is what we're doing, this is how we do it. But it's kind of a way for us to keep our name as being the world's first fully interactive real-time renovation true to itself. Like, we do want to interact with these people, and we want people's ideas, and we want their advice. Like, I mean, Darren and I are both fresh out of school, and there's a lot of things that we don't know about and a lot of things that we haven't done. So it gives people the opportunity to be like, hey, you're doing that wrong. You got to do it this way, sort of thing. And we welcome that. We love it when people give us that sort of advice, because we aren't experts and we don't know exactly what we're doing all the time. And to have that opportunity is fantastic. So, yeah, it slows us down a little bit, but in the long run, it definitely helps us.
You've got some music on the website too, right? What's the connection?
Well, we listen to our music, and you can hear it while we're streaming the audio and video. And basically, people can click on a link and see what we're listening to. And we've got a lot of really great bands in Kingston that we listen to. Beta Blocker, The Hip, of course. A girl named Leah, a couple other bands as well. And we just Ian Spotting being one of the greatest. And we listen to them, and people can see what we're listening to, and go visit the band's website. And even if they want to, they can buy the CD at cdexchangekingston.ca, sort of thing. So.
Now, have you guys? This is a great idea. I mean, have you guys thought at all with the new ideas and reality TV that's going on of parlaying this into maybe not a career but a gig you could do and maybe make some money off of for a couple of years?
Yeah, my general goal of the whole project is to be able to quit my job at Le Chat Noir in Kingston, which is a restaurant. I work 3 nights a week as a waiter to kind of pay for the whole thing. So yeah, my goal is to really kind of let this take over my life and it sustain me, whether it be advertising on the site or just keep flipping houses and making money off that. But the advertising revenue is definitely one thing that we're keeping our eye on and hoping that it does start to really pick up.
I hear there's good money in real estate. You might do okay.
Yeah. If you're willing to put in the work, for sure, there's money in it.
Indeed. And beyond the website, are people actually showing up at the house in person to see what's going on?
Yeah. Like a lot of people in the neighborhood actually stop by and say, "Hey, I heard you on the radio," or I read about you in the paper," and they just want to come in and see what it's like. And we get the original owner to come by, and he gives us some input and gives us some history of the site. And yeah, we like it when people stop by. I mean, as long as it's not too often, because we do have a lot of work to get done. But yeah, people definitely come by and just say hi.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. Good luck with it, Blake.
Oh, thanks so much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Blake Van Winkle and his brother are renovating a house in Kingston, and you can watch it live on the internet at RenoTube.ca.